Welcome to the Grown Up Kids podcast. We're trying something new. As you can see, we got a camera set up. We have our good friend Nathan, who's joined us on our tech team. Shout out to Nathan. You can't see him, but he's
there.
He's using the camera that I'm pointing at right now.
Cameraman Nate.
Cameraman. He does it all. He does everything. Anyway, So we're excited to have him on the team. We're excited to have Isaac in the studio with us again, but not just as a guest, but as a permanent co-host.
I'm here forever.
So the last time that we were in front of the mics in the studio was for our birthday celebration. What's new? Have you what you been up to since then?
What have I been up to? I've been gaining weight.
Nice.
You know, because it's been fun. You know, eating a lot of food.
Okay.
Not working out, hanging out with the wife. We're watching a show called Jane the Virgin. Have you guys seen that one?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did you say that? Kind of like embarrassed.
Because I am.
So you were telling us that you're gaining some weight.
Gaining some weight.
Watching a show.
Watching Jane the Virgin.
Michael's embarrassed about it, but he's watched it as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
In its entirety or just some of it?
I think pretty much all of it.
Oh, okay.
It's a long show.
Yeah.
It's commitment.
Is she like a virgin?
Yes.
Yeah. Up to where I am, she's a virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. And her name's Jane.
Yeah.
It's like a telenovela.
It's a telenovela. It's pretty insane. I already Googled how it ends because it was giving me like trauma.
Dude, wait. So how did this even like? How was that even a show that you guys decided to watch?
I have no idea. I think Gwyneth just kind of looked it up, or she was like, "Good shows to watch," and she wanted something like drama, telenovela.
Oh, there you go,
like
bro.
It's like
perfect.
a dramedy, right? Where it's like comedy, but it's drama.
So it hit all the boxes for her. She's like, let's do it.
Yeah, but it hit all the anxiety boxes for me, dude.
Oh yeah.
People are dying and coming back, and twin people, and like you're like, what? Breaking up, getting together, having a baby.
Wow.
Yeah. So
crazy.
it's my life story. I'm suing.
Plagiarism.
Yep.
Interesting.
So yeah, and other than that, my wife is pregnant, so she's been doing that, and I've been coaching her through it, like any good husband should. I've been saying, hey, you should not do that. You should do this.
Like not do it again.
Yeah. So
snip snap.
That's where we're at. That's what I've been up to.
Cool. And I know we asked you this whenever you first joined us for the first time ever as a co-host for the podcast. How does it feel like to be here, knowing that you're not just like visiting, but it's like you have a spot at the table?
Yeah, it feels intense. I mean, it feels good. I love that we're bringing the video into it. I've told you guys this before, but I have like an addictive personality, so I get addicted to stuff. And right now, it's like, hey, if we're gonna do this, let's do it. You know?
Heck yeah.
It feels amazing, and I love the concept of Grown Up Kids podcast. We're just being friends with your inner kid. We're all representing the merch.
Let's go.
So
you guys don't have some.
Yeah.
You guys need to get some for sure.
So yeah, it feels so amazing. I'm still shocked that you guys asked me. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I'll ever get over that, but who knows? 20 years from now, maybe I'll be super comfortable.
Well, we're glad to have you. We're honored to have you.
Yeah, man.
I know for me, since our birthday, I've been a little anxious about this in particular, just because I know there's a lot of work that goes into it. So, but shout out to Nathan, our friend Nathan, who's running camera and helping us with editing and all that good stuff. It helps when you have people who like, they care about you and care about your dreams, and they're like just your friends and just want to see you succeed in life.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's something as silly as like setting up a table with pops and silly things, and making sure all the lights are in order for the podcast. It's just silly things like that. It's really cool. So shout out to Nathan for joining us and joining the team.
Shout out to the listeners.
Shout out to the listeners. Yeah, and the people that are watching. There's been quite a few people who have been asking for like video content more. And like I said earlier, I was very hesitant from our birthday celebration till now. I've been very hesitant just because I know a lot of work goes into it. But I'm glad we're here. We're doing it. What's new with me? Let's see. My birthday's in 4 days.
Oh yeah, man, the big 3-0.
Nice.
The big 3-0.
3-0.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm officially leaving my 20s.
What if I was like, oh.
You're like, oh.
Oh.
You're like, where's the kid part? Because now you're just grown up. I think I don't think I've ever really felt that birthdays are very special, but not because people don't make me feel special on my birthday. It's just like, for me, it's like, it's just an opportunity for me to hang out with people that I care about, and eat like my favorite meal. Like, to me, that's what my birthday is. But I know Michelle, she's like, this is your 30th birthday. Like, we need to make a big deal about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
So I was like, okay. So, I was like, well, let's just invite the guys and their plus ones, and then some friends from church, my family, I'm in my head, for some reason, I thought that number was going to be like in the 30s or the 20s. So we're looking back at it, and she's like, so about like 50 people, right? I'm like, 50 people? What do you mean 50 people? So she literally went down the line, started counting everything. And by the time we knew it, we were already like in the 40s. And I was like, oh, snap. Like, so.
Yeah. Because you're popular, dude. That's
whatever. But I'm looking forward to just, hanging out and eating some of my favorite food with my favorite people. So, but 30, man, 30's, it's 30 years of living. That's crazy.
And if you subscribe now, you can be in his 31st birthday party.
Yeah, there you go.
31st. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much new with me, Michael. I don't know if there's what's new with you. I heard you came into some money because of some stuff that you got cooking.
I mean, not really, but I sold about 100 of my pops.
Wow.
For like $800.
I didn't think you would ever do that, ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. The ones that let go, I think it's fine, because I don't know, it's just whatever. But I definitely set aside, like, these are my pops. So I think I
the non-negotiables. These are not leaving my possession.
Yeah, I think there's like 20 of them for sure. And then I still have like a bin full of other ones. There are like 50 of them, more or less. So yeah. I mean, so that's it. And I don't think I ever told you guys, but that job I applied for, I got it. I don't know.
What?
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice, dude.
Cool.
So yeah,
hand claps in the chat.
I don't think I told anybody, but it's fine.
That's like huge news.
Nah,
that's
it's
great.
all right.
You're kind of like that though. You were on the road, which is kind of crazy because on road trips, I usually gravitate more to listening to music, right? And I realized that the last 2 or 3 times that you and I have been in the car alone, like on a road trip, like we don't really listen to music. Like we talk.
We get down.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. But like something that you told me that I found kind of interesting was that you said that it's not that you choose to not tell people things. It's just like if they don't ask, like he doesn't really open up.
Yeah, I think it just kind of depends like who it is.
Well, that too, for sure. That's a huge factor.
Because like when it's like my mom and dad, for whatever reason, they're always like the first. Like when I do anything, I'm like, oh, by the way, this what happened.
That's great.
And I'm like, why am I telling you? Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's just like little stuff, you know. But yeah, it's usually how I am. If it's, I don't know. I think like, I don't know. That's just how I am.
Well, the where I was going with that was that on the road I was talking to him and I was asking him questions that not necessarily he would refrain from ever saying, but like I feel like I know him well enough and we're close enough for me to ask him like some more like of the hard-hitting questions. But yeah, that was something that I noticed like on the road. I was asking him questions about, his relationship and just other things with like his life currently. And it was like things that probably I would have never asked him, but I was like, it's just us two. Like the worst he's gonna say is like, I don't feel like talking about it. I'd be like, okay, let's talk about something else. You know what I mean? But I like pretty much everything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just a matter of like, like
but, I know we're not super close, but like if you ask me, I would tell you.
Yeah, we're not close because I'm not sitting next to you.
You want to switch?
Yeah, let's get closer. But, I think who even likes small talk though? Like I feel like small talk is a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's like
how's the weather outside? Oh, it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
No.
What does this do?
What does this do? It's just no. Let's get down to hey, we're only in this life. I'm living this second, and it belongs to you. Let's make it good. You know.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that for sure. Like I said, we're excited to be here, trying something new, bringing you some video content. If you aren't already a subscriber of the podcast on Spotify or even on our YouTube channel, you need to do it so that you guys can be up to date with all of our new content, stuff coming out. We hope that y'all are enjoying so far. We're going to get into some more things. I wanted to tell you guys something that happened to me a couple nights ago that was pretty wild.
Cool.
Okay.
So my brother came into town and he was here for like 5 days. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. And the one night that I had to get enough rest because I was actually going back to work, he wakes me up like at 2 a.m. like silently, comes into my room. And I'm a light sleeper. I didn't hear him come into the room at all. So he walks into the room and he just like gently taps on my chest, and I'm asleep on my back and I open my eyes, right? And he's just hovering over me. I just see like this shadow hovering over me, and he's like, "Dude, come here," like whispers, and I'm like, "What? What happened?" Like I'm already like freaking out mode, right? Because I'm like, why else would someone come into your room like super randomly at 2 a.m. in the morning? So I go with him. I get up and I'm like, what happened? What happened? He's like, dude, come with me. He goes like this. So I walk and he goes to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh no, like what is it, right? He's like, I got up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom. He's like, and I heard like something like scratching, and he thought like, oh, it's a stupid roach or something. So he was like, dang it, like it's somewhere here in the room. So he happened to lean over, and the cup that they usually use, like my mom uses or CJ uses whenever they bathe like one of the grandkids in the tub, there was a freaking bat in the cup. A bat.
Wow.
From the time that it was used till 2 a.m., somehow the bat got into the bathroom and landed in the cup.
Oh my gosh.
I was just in there like clawing at it, like trying to get out of it, I guess. I don't know. So my brother's like freaking out, and homeboy left the door to the bathroom open. Like didn't even close it to make sure it didn't get out. Like he just left it open. He came to wake me up. And so I'm like looking at him like, what do you want to do? He's like, well, go with me to throw it downstairs. I was like, I mean, this might sound inhumane or whatever. I was like, dude, just flush it down the toilet. Like, what the heck?
Flush the bat down the toilet?
Yeah, why not? And he was just like, I mean, to save the trip of you going outside and everything, like it's just too much of a hassle. Anyway, so he was like, I'm not going to do that. So he's like, go with me to take it outside. So he left the towel on top of the cup, and he's like walking down. Mind you, he's in a shirt and underwear because he was asleep. I was asleep. I didn't have a shirt on. So he opens the front door and just launches the cup into the yard, like with the towel on it. Like he just throws it there.
The whole thing.
Yeah, like didn't even take off the towel and go like this.
No.
My man just left it all over the cup and just launched it into the yard. And I was like, okay, dude, love you. Good night. So I went to sleep. I woke up the next day, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little paranoid because I was like, dude, what is another freaking bat in here or something? I don't even know how they're getting into the house. But this isn't the first time that we found a bat like in the house.
Is it true that we eat spiders? Like
I've heard that.
Like on average, we eat like 8 spiders a year or something like that.
I've heard that
in our sleep.
I heard that, and then I also heard like that's not really true.
Well, maybe in your family it's bats.
Is that where you were going with this the whole time?
No, I mean hey. Yeah, that's a crazy story, dude. I need to meet your brother.
Dude, so random. Like, what the heck? Like, why is there bats in our house? And then I literally was like investigating. Like, I was checking every like little crack and every little opening that could possibly be a way that they could squeeze in there. And I was like, dude, this doesn't make any sense. CJ's like, dude, they're probably coming in through the vent. And I was like, well, there's vents in every freaking room in the house. Like, I don't feel good about anything now.
Yeah. Wow. It's got to be through the garage or something.
The day before he woke me up, I saw one that was just like crawling on the floor underneath my dad's truck, like in the morning before we left. I was like, dude, what is happening? Yeah, it was just on the floor and it was going like this.
Dude.
I know. I was like, what the heck is happening?
Well, I feel like there's always been bats around your house, though.
No, I mean, yes, at night, but never in the house and never on the driveway. That poor thing, like, probably ran into my dad's truck and just, like, knocked out in the morning. It was, like trying to, like, get out of there.
Yeah. Something weird happened to me this weekend too.
What? Tell me.
I'm gonna tell you. Mine's probably not as good. I know it's not as good. But we went to go see The Little Mermaid, right? Have you guys gone to see it?
No.
I did. I took Michelle to see it in 3D and D-Box.
She saw it twice? Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go on.
3D and D-Box. Man, you guys broke the bank there. So,
you ain't wrong.
No,
and
dude.
snacks.
Oh my goodness. That thing was $100 for sure, man. Your night.
I screenshot Wesley's promo code for.
Oh heck yeah, dude!
And I always use it, and
what?
it knocked off like $25, dude.
He's a awards member. At
Oh,
Cinemark,
me too.
And so he's like the platinum one.
Oh, he's like the highest one.
Yeah. So
and he sent us in our group chat. He's like, "Hey, if you guys ever buy snacks, like you guys can use my promo code." So
yeah, it saves you like.
It literally knocked off like $22.
Dang.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. We still ended up paying $100 for snacks, but no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You're like, dang, how many snacks did you get?
Dude. Give me 2 codes. So we went to go see The Little Mermaid, and we paid D-Box. We went to D-Box.
Oh, nice.
And like we were in the chairs. The chairs are amazing, right? But we noticed that our like little thing on the side, for those of you who don't have a Cinemark, D-Box is like it's an interactive chair, right? So we were thinking, oh, if they're swimming in the ocean, it'll kind of like move you a little bit.
It should be.
It's swaying. It'll vibrate. Well, our thing was turned off, right? And then I looked across the row. Everybody was turned off, and I was like, oh heck no! We paid $20 for each of these tickets. We're not doing no, you know. But I was like, whatever. And then when the movie started, and it went like it jerked us forward, right? Like literally like that. I was like,
okay.
Oh man, all right. Maybe it just like turned on, and all right, we're ready.
I know
for
where
this
you're
thing.
going with this. Same thing happened to me, but not on that movie.
Dude. And then like 2 minutes later, it goes, and it like did the same thing to us, dude. Like every 2 or 3 minutes, the whole movie, we were like, and my wife,
the whole movie,
dude, well, until the next part of my story. But dude, we were like halfway through the movie, and I was like, this is supposed to be happening. And my wife is pregnant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, our baby son's going to come out like, you know, like, like headbanging straight up. So I was like, you know what? Like I got to do something about this. So I walk outside. I grab just a guy sweeping, right? Like poor guy, but he's like, and I brought him, and I'm like, dude, look, like our whole row's turned off. And I see there's like people, and we're all like freaking out. And he was like, oh, there's nothing I can do. But then he like jiggles something in the back, and it turns on, right? And then I'm like, oh, it's working. Like he said there's nothing he could do, but I think he turned it on. Literally like a minute later, while it was working, the entire theater shuts down. The whole theater. And I'm like, what? Did we do this? You know, like, these are like the D-Box seats from hell or something, you know? And then I was like, they came for a vengeance, right? So like the whole theater shuts down, right? And then I'm like, what? Did we do this? And then I'm like, walk out, and I'm like, forget this. I go and I'm like, hey, can I at least pay the difference from the D-Box? Because, I mean, we spent $20 a ticket. You know, we spent $40 to be here, just me and my wife. And that's not including the extra $150 of popcorn, you know, just one bucket. So then we go back. The movie's back on. And then like 15 minutes later, the entire theater, not just our theater, but the whole theater goes black, and it goes fires in the building.
No shot.
This is a true story. It's like there has been a reported, like in an intercom, there has been a reported fire. Everybody must exit the building. The whole theater. And I'm like, these chairs are setting the place on fire, you know? And we get up and we're walking out, and there's a cop out there like, no, get back in your theater or something. I think somebody pulled it or whatever. Dude, it was like the worst theater experience of my life. It was a good movie, though.
Heck yeah. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, which we kind of talked a little bit about this before the camera started rolling. About a friend of ours who was saying something along the lines of like, John, when he has an idea, he knows it's gonna sound good or like be good, compared to someone who may have an idea but they need to like map it out first.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those ideas that I think went really well because I got so many good responses. I don't know if you guys have, is our acapella version of the theme song.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
So, just to give you a little bit of backstory, I told the guys, I was like, hey, one of the days that we're all hanging out for our birthday, I was like, I want us to do like an acapella version of our podcast theme song. And they were like, okay, like, but how would we even do that? And I was like, don't worry, I'm gonna map it out. So what I did is I did like a mock one, which sounded terrible, by the way. And I sent it to the guys, and they were like, this is gonna be like hilarious. Like, we need to get a bunch of B-roll footage. Which, if you watch it, we'll probably put the clip in here at this time. But Brandon's like getting down by himself, like he's dancing by himself. And I included that. And then Michael was trying to sing one of the parts, but I wasn't recording. It. So that's when he did like the curb stomp, or he just did a little stomp. But
it's featuring music.
Yeah, but it was just it's so funny to see how like it kind of came together. You know, like
it's it's a masterpiece.
And
to be honest,
I'm gonna play it just so we can hear it. And it's so funny. Yeah.
So good, dude.
If you guys haven't heard that or seen that, we're low-key offended, but we forgive you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Instagram and Facebook. Check it out.
Maybe it'll go viral, dude.
Dude, make us go viral.
Dude. Hey, and the podcast is only growing. I feel like,
dude, it is.
Right now it's still in, like, I mean, you guys have been doing this for years, but I feel like it's about like
it's like at the brink.
Yeah. I mean, video.
You know what's funny is that I feel like the social media platform that we're like the least attentive to is Facebook.
Yeah, but I think I've been getting notifications too.
Yeah, I get notifications like almost every day. Your profile has been viewed by 17 new people or this, and I'm like,
really?
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa, what? Like, we're not even really active on there, only because we've had more engagement on our Instagram, so we usually give more attention to that. So if that's you, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's you following and liking and checking out our page. If you don't already know, we have an Instagram account at the Grown Up Kids Podcast. We have a Facebook. You can find us the same thing at the Grown Up Kids Podcast. You can follow us on Spotify. I think it showed us. Did it show you on Anchor how many followers we have? I think it's over 100.
I don't think it does, to be honest with you. I'll check.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the last time I checked Anchor, we had like 101 followers. So in other words, 101 people are notified when we release a new episode.
Oh yeah,
they get notified.
109.
109.
Dude, we've grown 8 people. Dude,
come on now.
Hey, and with the video, this is where people are gonna be.
Yeah, I've actually had a few people tell me that they're waiting for us to do video content.
Yeah.
If I wasn't avid listeners.
Yeah,
stuff.
if I wasn't a part of this podcast, I would be thinking the same thing. Like, man, like, I mean, I want to see you because I didn't know what BK or Brandon looked like, you know?
But that's a good thing.
yeah, it is.
Hence them not being here for the video.
But actually, I think we should just shout out all the random countries that also listen to it.
Dude, we haven't done that in a while. Go for it.
Yeah, so
I want to hear you pronounce some of these without voice cracking.
No promises. So obviously the U.S., we have 98% of our listeners there. And then we have United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Thailand, Egypt, Belgium, Germany, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Taiwan, Bangladesh, and Israel.
What?
Dude.
The Holy Land?
Oh, yeah, the Holy Land.
So now you have to, next time you say it, you have to say their country in their accent.
Well,
that'll get us canceled in our first video.
For sure.
Wow.
And that's also not including like Apple and then web browser and other stuff, because this is just showing Spotify. So of course we have Apple, and then we're on Google, and then a bunch of other ones.
Yeah, I think engagement with our listeners and followers is probably one of the funnest parts about this thing. And unfortunately, we don't get a lot of it.
Yeah,
but
guys,
when we
what the
do,
heck?
but when we do, it's so much fun. So you listening, yes, you talking to you. One of the things that we love to do is to ask questions. In the podcast, we'll post like a question or a poll as the episode gets released. Just to kind of get your feedback. Like the one that almost tore us apart was ranking the top
Christmas
3
movies?
Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Like we asked, hey guys, in the comment section or whatever, like give us your top 3 Christmas movies. So just things like that. It's really fun to interact with you guys, and thank you guys so much for participating in our quiz that we put out. What is it, like 2 weeks ago?
Oh yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
I was trying to see, and I don't know if you checked if there's somebody who got them all right.
I mean, I did.
Somebody messaged
Of
me
course
and was
you
like,
did.
somebody messaged me. I forgot who it was, but they were like, "Yours is the only one that I got wrong."
No way.
Yeah,
Really?
Little
I forgot
Kimmy.
who it was. Little Kimmy. Shout out to Little Kimmy.
Little Kimmy. She was a baddie.
Dude, baddie.
It was me.
Oh, Nathan,
Was
you were the only
it
one?
Nate?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were the. Oh, Nate. Okay, so Nate's got a mic.
Yeah, Nate's
people.
got an
Yo, yo,
earpiece. He's
Man,
chiming in every now and then.
yeah, hopefully you can step in the camera at some point. Yeah, so Nate, it was you that messaged me that Little Kimmy.
Yeah.
Dude. She's
Funny.
got to be on the podcast, dude.
Dude, we gotta get her on. Little
Yeah,
Kimmy.
Little Kimmy,
We're
where
talking
are
to you. Little Kimmy, where are you? Is that like a rap song? I feel like that could be a rap song.
It'll be our next feature, yeah.
For
Little
sure.
Kimmy, I haven't seen you in 27 years or something.
Wow.
But
So all of that to say, we hope that this video content will give you more of a reason to participate and interact with us. Because that's what makes this fun. Like, I mean, we're gonna have fun regardless, right?
Yeah.
But getting questions from you guys or suggestions from you guys, the listeners, the subscribers. Shout out to you guys if you subscribe. It's only $5 a month. Some of y'all pay like 10 times that amount for coffee, like throughout the week. Just saying. There's
whatever.
2 places you could subscribe.
For free on YouTube.
For free on YouTube, and if you want to be a super fan, subscribe.
yeah,
to
paid
our-
subscribers. There you go. Super fan.
Yeah,
There it is.
and check it out. Super fans get exclusive content. I'll tell you
Oh yeah.
what that means. So what I do is I take the episode, I edit it down because there's a lot of stuff that just gets cut out naturally. If Michael needs to go poop, for instance,
Happens a
I was
lot.
like, "What the hell?"
What?
No, like if
That
somebody,
happens way
like
too
for
much.
instance, let's say that Michael needs to take a phone call, so he walks out of the room, and me and Isaac are just here. It's like, especially now that we're doing video content, we're gonna chop that out, obviously. But some of the stuff that ends up in the episode is more detail, more behind the scenes. You get all the details of stories and stuff. So the prank, Isaac the Prank King, which is our latest episode.
Oh yeah.
That one, if you're a super fan and you subscribe for $5 a month, only $5, you get the full episode, which is like an hour and 20-something minutes.
Yeah.
I think so. But if you're not a subscriber, you only get like 30 minutes worth of audio, and it's a condensed version. So for all you,
spit on you.
yeah. So for all you people who want to hear more and hear the behind the scenes stuff, you need to subscribe. You'll be considered a super fan. If you've bought a sticker, merch, or anything from us in the past 4 years that we've been doing this, we appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
You're an OG. We appreciate that for sure.
Yeah.
When's the last time you got punched?
I was in the
What kind of segue is
7th
that?
grade.
Did you really get punched?
I've been punched in the face.
In the face?
Yes, twice.
Wow, that was such. I was just trying to do something random to segue. I didn't think it was gonna
that
hook.
was random.
Yep.
So you
very
got punched
random.
in the face. Was it for a good reason? or-
Actually, so 7th grade, no, I was punched in the face then, but I was also punched in the face when I was like, 20.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, was it for a good reason or it was just
For only $5 a month, you can punch Isaac in the face.
Yeah.
So there was this guy, and I've already apologized to him. I wasn't very cool. Okay, let's be honest. I wasn't very cool in the 7th grade. It was either 6th or 7th grade, and I was in band. But there was this guy who was really skinny. I mean, really thin, right? And I was just laying it on him. I was making fun of him so bad and so good. There was a crowd around me. Okay? There was a crowd around me when I was just making fun of this poor kid.
So you were just roasting him.
I was just roasting him like bad. And everybody was in on it, and it was just him in front of me. So the way it was set up was he was sitting in front of me, and I was sitting like here, but I was like cool guy sitting, you know, and like this, and
That's
I was on the back 2 legs of the chair, like this.
Oh, okay.
All right, leaning back. Oh, that's why we have video content now. So he's had enough, and I'm leaning back like this. He gets up, he comes to me right here, and he just, with all of his might, just goes boom, punches me in the face while I'm on the back 2 legs of my chair, right? Like this. And I fly. I like fly. Because I'm on the back 2 legs of the chair. So my chair flies away. I fly away and all this stuff. And he's just like, oh. And I'm like, oh. And like, I was totally not cool guy in that moment. I was like, oh. And I ran to the band director, and I'm like, he just punched me in the face.
No.
Bro, this guy got expelled, bro, from school, dude. And like, bro, I'm not going to lie, he battled with drugs right after that. I don't know if I set him on a bad path.
Wow.
I don't know what happened, bro. But I made fun of him. He got in trouble, like everything, you know. He's doing good now.
That's hilarious.
But I did apologize to him years later.
Good.
And bro, and my dad was the principal of the school, right? So like they call us to the principal's office, which is my dad, and my dad doesn't even ask me what happened. He's just laying it on this kid, right? And he like does the whole thing, and I just stayed quiet, you know. And then all these years later, I tell my dad, like literally this happened like a year ago. I was like, Dad, just so you know, it was my fault. Yeah. I was making fun of him. And then he was looking at me and he was like, well, he shouldn't have punched you in the face. It's the same thing. And I'm like, oh man. But yeah, that's the first time I got punched in the face.
So one time, me and this guy in our class, for some reason, like we were teasing each other. And I punched him on the arm, but not like super hard. I just went like this. And then he punched me back, but a little bit harder than I punched him. So I was like, what the heck? So I punched him. Mm-hmm. And bro, like the whole period, we were just like clobbering each other on the arm.
Like just.
And like he had like bony hands. So he had like really like sharp knuckles. And they were just like digging into my skin. Like I never like opened up my skin or cut me or anything, but I just remember like I couldn't like lift up my arm like any higher than this because it was just so sore. And I remember one time I got out of the shower, right? So I had my towel around my neck and I didn't have a shirt on. And my mom's like, what's wrong with your arm? And I look at it because I hadn't looked at it since.
Oh, gosh.
Bro, it was like green and orange and like
dude,
crazy colors. Like, dude, it didn't even look like my arm. Like it looked like something like chewed out the inside of my arm. And it was just like, it's like literally the ugliest, craziest thing I've ever seen. All because I punched him and he punched me back a little bit harder and we were just going at it for like the whole school period.
Yeah.
Like boom, boom, boom. And then like we started turning to each other and like we were just waiting for one of us to be like, all right, I'm out. Like and none of us did it.
Oh.
And I just remember like for like a week, dude, like I could barely do this. Like my arm was like what the hell? Like what happened to you? Like,
yeah.
Have you ever been punched before?
Nah, I'm a good kid.
Whatever.
I'm serious.
Have you ever punched anyone?
Nah, man. Besides my sisters, right? But that's growing up. But even then, I wouldn't push them. I wouldn't punch them. I would just push them like really hard.
Yeah.
Because I can't punch.
I remember my sister.
That's not supposed to
her,
be.
That's
like
good.
one of her biggest
It
pet
wasn't.
peeves. One of her biggest pet peeves is when someone would push her. Like she would like
Who?
Katie.
Oh.
She would like lose her mind. Like if you got in behind her and you just went like this to her and pushed her, she would turn around and give you these eyes like,
Oh man.
I'm gonna kill you. For some reason, it was just like a pet peeve. Like, dude, don't push me. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. I don't know if I have any pet peeves.
I feel like I do, but I don't know.
I'm not proud of my pet peeve.
What is it?
My pet peeve is not fair because not everybody has critical thinking. Not everybody has common sense. You know that saying, common sense isn't very common? It drives me crazy when someone asks something of me or asks me a question and it's like you literally answered your own question in the question.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you would have just thought about it a little bit more, you would have gotten your answer by just thinking about it. That drives me crazy. So that's what I'm saying. It's not very fair because what makes me very upset, what happens to be a huge pet peeve of mine, some people just can't think that way. Like it's not in their nature to think out first what they're gonna say before they say something. Some people just say stuff.
Well, a lot of people say things like in that instance, thinking that you know where they're coming from, and that's not always the case. You know,
Right.
like
it's tough. It could be tough.
That's one of the things that gets guys in trouble a lot. Is like, have y'all seen that? I don't watch Family Guy, but there's a clip that's we don't know men. We don't know what we did. Have y'all seen that clip? Oh man.
Hey Tyler, you on your way to algebra?
Yeah, I'll see you there.
You're awful!
The preceding joke was brought to you by Men. Men, we don't know what we did.
This is the craziest video I've ever seen, right? And then I show my wife, and she doesn't laugh. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, wait a second.
Ooh.
What do you mean, yeah? And she's like, yeah, like I get it. I'm like, get what? What do you mean, get what? What do you
This guy
mean?
did nothing.
And I was like, there's no way that you saw something that we saw the same video. And she's like, well, but the girl went up to him asking if he was going to class because what she really wanted was for him to actually walk with her to the class.
Then say it.
Yeah. And I was like, there's no
Bingo.
way. There's no way. Because I saw the video and I was like, this makes no sense, right? Which is, I didn't know what he did. He actually did do something. Man, I don't know what's going on over here, John, but he is, we're sponsored by the new Transformers movie coming out as he transforms his mic. But but like a lot of that is just like the context of like how am I supposed to know what you really mean?
Yeah,
But-
you didn't say it.
But that's what gets guys in trouble a lot of times. It gets me in trouble.
That's it. Just say what you mean. That's all.
Yeah, just say what
Because
you mean.
you're right. Like, we don't know what you're thinking, and
Mhm.
I think a lot of girls like, you should know what we're thinking.
Yeah,
But it's like, yeah, I mean, I've known you for so many years or months or whatever, but you got to tell me what you think. I mean, you got to tell me.
yeah,
I'm not gonna guess.
yeah. I mean, it's the whole grown-up kid thing too. Like, I mean, if you're talking to a kid, if you're a female and you're talking to a little boy, let's say, you're explaining to them this is why we do certain things, and this is like we get that, but at the same time, like men grow up being men, and sometimes we'll never understand
No, not at
the
all.
intricacies of what happens in the female brain, or even some dudes who just get it and we don't, But I just happen to be one of those guys who doesn't know what the heck what's happening, So.
That was such a headache.
Yeah, I would have thought the same thing.
In the instance of the girl saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna walk to class," I'm like, "Woo," you know what I mean? Like maybe for her in that situation, she's trying to hint to me because she doesn't want to come out. She doesn't know how to say it. But for us, it's like, well, y'all need to read between the lines, and it's like, well, or y'all can just say what you want.
Just tell me off.
Yeah.
That's better than me being confused.
Yeah. So it's tricky. Being a boy is tricky. I'm not saying being a girl isn't tricky, but I know
Yeah.
it's hard because you try to read the situation and sometimes you like.
Yeah, no, you're right because I thought of something. A couple of years ago, this girl was giving me signals and stuff, and bro, I did that completely went over my head.
Yeah.
And like I think about it now, I'm like, yo, dang,
You talked about this on the podcast,
I could have done that. You know what I mean?
but
Like-
you're saying like, had she just been upfront about you, like, hey, like,
Oh shoot, yeah, man. You know what I mean? It would have
Yeah.
been different for sure.
Yeah, Gwen gets all mad at me sometimes, or she doesn't get mad at me, but she's like, "Hey, that chick was like flirting with you hardcore," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, you have no clue.
Yeah.
It's like what? That
Bro.
didn't happen.
yeah, Michelle's thing is like, she's told me a couple times, she's like, hey, they know you're married, right? Like if when I'm talking about a certain girl, right? And I'm like, yeah, why? I'm just saying, like, I just, you're kind of going out of your way to make this person feel welcomed and a part of the team, and I'm just wanting to make sure that you made sure that she knows that you're married. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Like
Why don't you wear a ring?
today, I don't know. Oh, it's because when I got home, I took it off.
Oh, okay.
This
Is he
guy
married?
calling me out.
I know, right?
You're like, maybe that's why Michelle says that, because you don't wear your ring. This guy.
No, you usually don't have it on. But
Next episode of the podcast.
I do have it on.
no, I said you usually do.
Oh, I heard usually don't. I was like, yes, I do.
But I feel like John, that just happens to John a lot though. Like he's a friendly guy and like he
Yeah.
does make everybody feel welcome.
Yeah, he does.
But he does also have a lot of girls that are like, about him and stuff. I always feel like there's girls that gravitate towards you more.
Hmm.
It's
But-
because you're funny.
It sounded
you're
like you said
charming,
moi at the end. Moi.
Mwah. More.
You have a podcast. You're on YouTube now. You got things going for you, dude. People have to know that you're married, or things will get crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
They need to know.
Yes.
Yeah. So ladies,
You're right.
please leave him alone.
Ladies, please.
Thank you.
Stop, please. Please
The
leave him
J
alone.
train has left the station.
And it entered another one.
That's my sister, man. What the heck?
I think that's another pet peeve you have.
It's not a pet peeve.
It is a pet
I'm
peeve. You
used to it.
hate it when they.
No, I don't.
Whenever
hate it.
Chris, my other brother-in-law Rudy, or I like make any kind of like jokes about
Oh, about the
intimacy,
sisters and
Michael's
stuff.
like, I don't need to know that. I don't want to. Shut up. Shut the heck up. I don't want to know that.
Yeah, I feel like that about my sister too. Like I'm like, if you're talking about it, like, oh, this is kind of weird. I know that you're a PK, but not to be that guy. But PKs, they smack it up. Like PKs are built different. Like I feel like the devil comes after you guys with all kinds of
A
stuff.
show.
There's
What?
a different kind of smacking. Like you guys are like, I don't know.
Did you say oh for sure? Like for sure?
Yeah.
I thought you said oh Michelle. I was like what?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Especially when your ex-girlfriend is a psychopath.
Oh yeah, psychopaths with a PK. Oh man, that's so
Like, you
common.
don't only have to be
It is.
a PK
That happens like
to
to
have
all
a
of them.
psycho ex-girlfriend. Nathan. We gotta have Nathan on the show so he can just talk about his
Lessons learned part 3.
Dude, we need to do a
No.
lessons learned part 3.
That'd be nice.
We should have people call in and tell us their horrible stories, but not like revealing themselves, because that's part of the issue, right? Is when we because it's us.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
you
yeah.
know that who we're talking about,
Yeah.
Let me see if I can call somebody just on the spot. I want to call somebody that I think would be interesting to hear, like, any rough lesson they learn in terms of dating.
Yeah.
That-
Will it go through your feed of the?
It'll come out. What?
Taco
I think I have the right
Bell?
person, but let's just see if he answers. I don't know if he will.
For what?
To ask him a question about relationship.
Who is it?
John Accord?
Hello?
Johnny boy!
What's up, bro?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me
So
good?
random. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, just wait till you hear about the reason why I called you.
Oh no.
We're
what's
live
up?
on the podcast right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I answered.
Yes. Hey, I have a super random, but possibly very intimate random question to ask you.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Okay. So we're talking a little bit about relationships, and
All right.
my question to you is, what's like a tough lesson that you learned in one of your like past relationships that ended up like not being great? Like it was like a
Oh
rough
my.
breakup, and you like, what was like the best thing that you took out of it? Because all of us here at the table, we've all had like rough relationships, and we've talked about them. I was like, I'm gonna call someone random just to ask them if they have any advice for our listeners.
Still in one. I'm just
Oh my gosh, man. I would probably say, dude, like, do your due diligence. Don't rush anything, and that's something for me that I feel that in one of my previous relationships is I just rushed into it, man. Like this girl was just emotionally unstable, and I didn't see that at first.
Oh,
I was
snap.
blinded. I was in the honeymoon stage,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, man, I ended up finding out that this girl was just emotionally unstable. Like, God bless her heart now. She's good now. But that's a story for another time.
Dang.
Of where she's at now. But yeah, man. So don't rush into it. Take your time with it. One of my old friends used to tell me that you're not just looking for your next girlfriend, you're looking for your wife. And
Mm-hmm.
I learned that the hard way. So
Right. So
Yeah.
for a listener who's maybe not into like, maybe they're not in that phase, they're just kind of dating around. Maybe they don't have like the same beliefs as we do. I still think that's practical advice for everybody. You know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Like, do your due diligence. Like, get to know the person. Don't rush into anything.
But they have to pray an hour a day for the person.
That's true.
Oh, easy. Easy.
So you're live on the podcast. To my left, I have Isaac, our newest addition.
What's up, dude? I don't know if we've ever met, but dude, we need to meet up,
sir.
man. Like we're friends on everywhere, and you're legit, man. Your advice would have helped me a long time ago. Where have you been?
And then
Bro,
to my right, I have my brother-in-law Michael.
Yo, what's up, dog?
Sir, what's going
He's
on?
taking notes. So he's
Yeah,
the single bachelor in the group.
There
you
we go.
want to turn on your headset, Nate? Nate's running he's like our tech guy. He's running cameras and stuff.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's Nathan.
What's going on? I can't hear you, but nice to meet you.
Oh, he hasn't been able
Nathan's
to
like,
hear.
Nathan's like, it sounds like you gave good advice. Good job.
Yeah.
Dude, we got to get you live in the studio like
Yeah.
super soon.
Yeah, bro, I'm totally down, man.
Cool.
Gotta schedule something out. I'm totally down, though.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, another reason why I wanted to call you is to plug in your freelance.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, just
Tell
recently,
people
probably
how
the
they can
past-
find you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So, my personal handle is John Accord, so it's JohnAchord, and then the freelance handle is JGA Company or JGA Co. that you can find on Facebook and Instagram. So that's pretty much what I've kind of started. It's like a creative agency, graphics,
Nice.
video design, as well as like social media management.
Cool, man. Well, you guys heard it from John Accord. He's our random guest that we decided to call in, who gave probably some of the best advice that's been spoken on this podcast.
Dang.
Yeah, we have no wisdom.
Yeah, we have no wisdom. Dude, but seriously, we got to have you on the podcast. We got to have you live in the studio so you can get the feel of it. And
For sure, yeah. It'd be an honor, man. It'd be an honor.
Dude, heck yeah. Okay, bro. Well, it was good talking to you, and I hope you're doing good. And tell Chelsea and the babies I said hello.
Yeah, man.
I will, man.
All right, bro.
Y'all
We'll
have a
catch you
good-
later.
All right, be safe, y'all.
All right, you too,
Later,
man.
bro.
Bye.
Bye-bye. He's cool.
Bye.
Oh, he's still on. He's
I didn't
cool.
even- I didn't even hang up yet. You're like, oh, he's cool. Oh,
Hey,
you
that's
didn't
how you
hang
get
up
people
yet?
to like you. You say that, hey, this guy's cool before you hang up. Guys, thank you so much for watching the first video podcast. It's legit now, all right?
Oh, you didn't even
The
clap,
Grown
Mike.
Up Kids podcast. Be good friends with your inner kid because your inner kid's still inside of you. We love you guys. Subscribe, YouTube, like, message us. We love you.
You guys.
John Accord.
Okay, we're good.